parents this, but all they see is that I take everything in the house apart and never put things back together exactly the same as they were before. When I was about 3 years old, I had to put up with all my sister's dumb old girly toys. She had baby dolls and strollers and stuffed animals scattered all over the playroom. And all I wanted to do was build things or play with tools. About once a week while we were playing, I would hear the lawn guys pull into our driveway. Immediately, my attention would go towards the window, and I would watch the men pile out of the truck with their edgers and mowers and lawn blowers. For the next 30 minutes, nothing else mattered to me. I stayed glued to the window, watching every single move those men made. I wanted a lawnmower of my own so bad. My sister was so annoying, racing up and down the hallways with her little strollers. Watching her push her babies was exactly where I got my first idea for an invention. All I needed to do was distract my sister. I won't bore you with the details on how I managed to confiscate the strollers, but I ended up with 2 of them. It immediately began my disassembly. I definitely didn't need any of that flowery fabric, so that was the first thing to go. I really only needed the framework. After a while, I had attached 2 frames together, locked them into place, and added a few levers. Voila! I had made a pretty cool lawnmower. This was good news and bad news. The good news was there were no longer any strollers racing up and down the hallways. But the bad news was my parents never bought me a toy lawnmower, as they said they could never find one as cool as the one I had made. Before long, my habit of converting things around the house into little inventions was making quite an impact on my family. I had all kinds of nicknames like Gadget Man, Drawer Rummager, and Mr. Fix-It. And everyone knew I had a large collection of stuff, like old cords, wires, tools, and lots of old pieces that came out of things I took apart. You never know when those things would come in handy. I remember the first year I was going off to summer camp. My sister and I were arguing over who got to take the camera, and she was winning. It had no strap and no case, but the point was she was going to be the one packing it. Suddenly, I remembered an old camera I had stashed in a drawer years ago after my mom had thrown it out. It didn't work. Suddenly, my mind started racing. Could I refurbish it? First, I found an old charging station in a graveyard of old cords that Mom keeps when she forgets what they are for. Next, I took an SD card out of another device. I had to work on the lens with some tools, and eventually I got it working. I even found a cool strap in a case. And when I captured the first photo, everyone was amazed. My sister was jealous because now I had better camera than she did for camp. Score! Curiosity is what drives me to create and try new things. Perhaps someday I will create a new tool, design an awesome sports car, or figure out a new way to cut the grass. When I unlocked an old padlock that hadn't been opened in over 10 years, my family thought it was a miracle. What are the chances of that happening? 1 in a gazillion? Was that blind luck, or is there a stroke of genius in me, waiting to be unleashed and make an impact on the world? I guess time will tell.